Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mitchell, and hey, today's video I want to talk about what you focus on expands. So this one in particular applies to anything in life, but let's talk about, I'll give maybe like a few examples. Let's just say like girls in this case, okay? So if you are a guy that is wanting to go up and approach women that you don't know, you're going to be like most guys or people in general, okay? There's always a little bit of anxiety when it comes to approaching somebody that you don't know because we all have a natural fear of rejection. However, I can tell you from my experience, every person that I have cold approached, even if I got rejected or didn't feel like they were into me, that initial like starting a conversation with them has never been a bad experience. Now, maybe that's because I'm very charming, good looking, and I know how to have conversations. So I can't say it'll be the same for you. But the way that I teach how to approach people works for me every single time. And so with that being said, then what you focus on expands. So okay, so here's what I'm starting to notice. And I'm going to keep practicing this, and well, not really practicing, but I'm gonna see if I can prove if this is the case or not. So I went to the gym today with the intention of meeting somebody new that I did not know, particularly a girl. So out of the 7 or 8 people that I went and talked to today, 2 of them I did not know. One of them I've been trying to meet for a while, and then the other one I just saw, and originally I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I was just like, no, we're going to do it. And then I went up to her and met her, okay? Because she was right next to me, and I wanted to approach her, and I didn't do it. And then she moved away, and then when I put my weight away, I was like, fuck, man, we have to do it. And then I went up and I said, hey, excuse me, what's your name, okay? So that's what I want to focus on for this video. What you focus on expands. So if you're going to look to meet somebody new, so if you're going to approach a woman, you're always going to, so what I have noticed from this is if you actively tell yourself that you're going to meet a new girl, it's going to be so much easier for you to meet a new girl because you're going to look for ways or situations or times to actually go and approach women. Now, what's hard about this is even at this point in time where I can approach pretty much anyone that I want. Now, I do get that occasional, like, fuck, she's really pretty, I want to meet her, and I have hesitated a couple times, so I'm not saying I'm perfect. Everybody gets that anxiety to meet people, and different situations can make things much difficult or much more harder to meet certain women. However, in today's incident, or today's rounds at the gym, if you will, there was this girl, her name was Brittany. There's been several times where Brittany has like been right next to me and she's kind of there just working out. She's got her headphones in, she's on her phone, and I'm kind of like, I want to approach you, but like I don't even know how at the moment. Like you're laying down, you're on your phone. I'm not gonna just roll up to you and just be like, hey, excuse me. So today I saw the opportunity to meet her. She was in front of me, and I warmed up by talking to this woman, Christine, right next to her. So I was really just in the mood, just kind of flowing, just really like when you talk to other people that you know first, it makes talking to people you don't know much easier after that because you're kind of already in that rhythm. It's like warming up like your social muscle. So if you think of like your social skills and like talking to people as like a muscle that you can warm up, if you're going to go into a location like the gym or the grocery store, it's much better that you find a way to talk to somebody that you know first so you can just get in that rhythm of already talking. So after I got done talking to Christine, I went over here, started working out for a little bit, and then when I put my weight away, that Brittany girl that I usually see next to me laying down, well, she was at the little like bench in front of me just kind of sitting there chilling. So I put my weight away, and then I was like, we're going to do it. I turned around, rolled up to her, because I'm in a wheelchair. I rolled up right in front of her, and I was like, hey, excuse me. She didn't hear me. I was like, then she looked, she didn't hear me that I said, excuse me, but then she looked up at me, like noticing I was there, and I said, hey, excuse me, took her headphones and said, what's your name? And then I met her, and then we had a conversation for a little bit, and super cool girl, glad I talked to her. Now, I didn't go anywhere, because she's married, but that wasn't the point, and that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, I went into the gym today, telling myself that I am going to focus on meeting a new woman. And what happened? I found a way because I was looking for women to approach and meet. And because I was looking for it, what you focus on expands. So I found a way to end up talking to multiple different people. Now, this one in particular, I told you with Brittany one, there was another girl that I'm going to talk about. So this was a girl with like a tattoo. She had like different patchwork where it's not like sleeves like I have, but it's like just pieces. It's like a sleeve, but it doesn't connect. So she's got enough stuff to like make a sleeve, but you've still got like a lot of empty skin, whereas all mine connect, okay? So in this case, I saw her next to me and I was like, wow, I was like, I love those tattoos. That's kind of hot. I want to know who you are. And I kept, like I was working out. She was right next to me. All I had to do was just undo my brakes, go over there and meet her. But yeah, I stopped myself. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then for some reason, I just didn't do it. And then what ended up happening, I was like, dude, no. I was like, no, I want to meet this girl. So I put my weight away. And she was over on the other side. She was like a couple yards down at like a different place right here. And then I was like, no, we're gonna meet her. So I rolled up to her, and then again, she didn't hear me, but I rolled up to her and I was like, hey, excuse me. And when I got her attention, I said, what's your name? And she ended up telling me her name. And this girl ended up moving down here. She's got a kid, so I imagine she's married. I didn't ask. But I imagine she's got a boyfriend, fiance, or she's married, because she said, well, we moved down here. So I just assumed without asking. But super cool girl from Alabama. Now again, that's two women today that I wanted to approach, and it led nowhere. But the whole point, and I'm going to keep practicing, I'm going to keep, like I said, practicing and seeing if this is the reality. If I go into the gym, or if I go into Publix, or I go into the mall, and I have an intention of trying to purposely meet someone I don't know, I want to see if I can continuously, consciously make an effort to meet somebody. Because what I've noticed over time is I have conversations with women, whether it is intentional like today or unintentional. And I'm finding that the unintentional conversations that happen with women, that it kind of like just happens. Like even if I approach them and I don't even like, if I approach them and it's someone I don't know, but it kind of just happens, like I went up and approached a girl I don't know, and I couldn't like consciously tell you why I did it. That's because my mind is on autopilot right there. Those conversations that kind of like naturally happen are so much more enjoyable than the two conversations I had today with Brittany and this girl, where I kind of had to like force an interaction. Not like, no, I don't mean like force as in like, yo, you're gonna fucking talk to me, but I mean like I had to force myself to go up and talk to these girls, right? Those conversations are typically much harder to have, and that's usually because, and everybody's going to have this, that's typically because the anxiety that you have from approaching these women is what's going to stop you from doing that. And you're going to notice the more you approach women that you don't know, your anxiety, it's still going to be there, but you're going to become competent at doing it, because you know that every time you approach a girl, in my case, I know that every time I've approached a girl, I have never gotten a negative response. It's always, if I go up and ask for their name, I have always gotten their name, and then they're either going to ask for mine or they're not going to ask for mine, depending on what you say. So in Brittany's case, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I said, listen, I've been seeing her in the gym for quite some time, and I'm just fucking sick of not knowing who you are, so I figured I'd come up and introduce myself. Hey, what's your name? And then she told me her name, and then I would usually wait for a girl to ask for your name in return, but in this case, I didn't. I just kind of kept talking, and then I ended with, hey, well, like I said, I just wanted to come up and introduce myself. With that being said, have a wonderful workout and I'll see you around. She goes, well, wait, what's your name? And I said, my name is Mitchell. And then she goes, oh, hey, it's great talking. Have a great rest of the workout, okay? So now we know each other, so that's cool. But the whole like approaching a girl that you don't know, before you have a conversation with her, I would see if she asked for your name in return or not, at least if you're romantically interested in this girl, okay? So if I find a girl that I like, I'm going to go up and say, hey, excuse me, what's your name? And then she's going to tell me her name, and I'm going to say, hey, it's good to meet you. And then if she goes, it's good to meet you too, what's your name? That's a good sign that you should continue the conversation, okay? Now, so with that being said, I'm sure I'll post another video in the future on if I can see what you focus on expands, if that's actually like the case or not. So, but when it comes to approaching people, you can't let anxiety. I just filmed a video about not letting yourself get beaten up if you like try to approach a girl and like you stop yourself for some reason, okay? If you go out every single day, like if your goal is to meet new women and you're single and you go out every day, you have to consciously tell yourself you're going to meet someone new, especially if this is a new, like if you've never actively gone out and practiced your social skills before, like I am. Like talking to people is very easy, but actively going out and purposely meeting new people, because humans naturally have a fear of rejection, everyone's going to get that anxiety. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. I'm at the point now where I know I can go up and meet someone. I've never had a bad experience. However, depending on the situation and like the circumstance, I do find it hard still, depending on what they're doing or where we're at, to approach somebody that I want to approach. Sometimes it's just not a good idea or a good time to meet somebody, even if I'm actively going out of my way to do it. So you guys are going to find that out as well. Now, that could be me justifying not talking to the girl that I want to talk to, but you know, whether I could justify it or not, the fact that I didn't talk to her is proof enough that I didn't follow through with what I wanted. So you can justify that however you want. But you know, with that being said, like I said, what you focus on expands. So in this case with girls, if you actively go out of the way, if you tell yourself you're going to meet a woman, you're going to notice, you're going to find ways to meet someone. Like you're going to keep looking to find ways. And then when you meet one, you'll feel good. Like, hell yeah, I just did that. And that's going to like reward your system positively. So what's going to happen over time, the more you do that, right, you're going to get to the point where I'm at now, where you know that subconsciously, you don't even need to think about it. You know, if you go up to somebody and introduce yourself to them, you're more than likely never going to get a bad response. And if you do get a bad response, like if you get a girl that immediately tells you to like piss off or kick rocks, that is someone you do not want to be involved with anyway. So I would happily be like, yeah, you know, all right, yeah, see you later. There's these two girls at the gym, super hot, I mean fucking super hot girls. And there's a blonde one and then a brunette one. I wanted to meet the brunette one, but when I met both of them, the blonde one, I don't really like the blonde one. I don't really like, she seems kind of like, to me, and she could be a sweetheart, but when I got that vibe that like, oh, you're like fucking stuck up and you think you're like better than me. Nah, and the brunette one, in that little moment, I was kind of just like, yeah, okay, hey, what's your name? And she seemed cool, right? So that's just an example of you're going to meet people, you're going to approach people where maybe you will get a bad response, or you're going to feel like it's a bad response. But the whole point of focusing on meeting new girls is to tell yourself, I am going to go in here with the what's the word I'm looking for? With the intention of meeting someone new. And what you're going to notice is when you start thinking about different people that you want to meet, you will end up finding a girl somewhere that you're like, yeah, I'm going to go up and meet her. And what's going to happen more than likely is if it happens, it still happens to me, you're going to like, something's going to stop you. And that's that anxiety. That's that fear of rejection. That's that analysis paralysis where you're like, fuck, how do I do this? How do I approach her? When do I approach her? What should I say? And that's always going to happen. I'm at a point now where like I know how to start conversations with women, and depending on like the environment, so if I'm at the gym, all I got to do next is just say, hey, what are you working out today? So I know how to start conversations and I know how to progress them, but you're always going to find that you're going to have that like wall. No matter how hard you're focusing on this, that little wall, you got to get past that, all right? So that's going to be a video, guys, on what you focus on expands. You'll see when you go into like the gym, or especially the gym or like grocery, anywhere, you just tell yourself, I'm going to meet someone today. I'm going to purposely try to meet a new girl today. And you'll notice you'll start finding ways to meet women. I went to the gym, and instead of working out, I worked out, but I worked out after I started like talking to people. So if you're a guy that is looking to get better at dating or just managing and maintaining long-term relationships, my new book is finally done. So I've got it all edited, ready to go. So if you see a link down below, click that link. It's going to take you to a page where I have a video that I made that's going to explain how this book is going to help you. That way you can determine if this book is really something that you should invest in or not. Also, if you see a link for my coaching down below, that means my time slots are finally available for you. I have with personal development, confidence, mindset, with things like personal life, relationship, career, business, making more money. That being said, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, there will be a video on the next page explaining how my coaching would help you. I didn't say that. And if you like this, yeah, I'm going to repeat myself. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.